Hello, intrepid followers, subscribers, and watchers of my YouTube videos. It's me. I'm back again with another great video. And this one, well, this vlog is about what is a Comic-Con. So, what is a Comic-Con? What is the word Comic-Con? Is that even a word? How do you make that into a word? Where does it come from? I don't understand, you're probably asking. I get that a lot from a lot of people when I tell them where I'm going. Just at work recently, someone said, wait a minute, where are you going this day? I'm like, well, I'm going to a comic book convention. And they're like, oh, that again? Yes, that again. So a comic book convention is just that. It's a comic book convention. So if you're into comic books, if you're into geek things, this is something you go to. And this is a t-shirt for a comic book I go to. Now the first comic book convention I ever went to, long time ago, in a city far away from where I am now, it was called, or is called, the San Diego Comic Book Convention. Or as a lot of people call it, the Comic-Con. So if you hear someone say, the Comic-Con, they're talking about the one that's in San Diego, California. Now, when I was a kid, I used to go, and this is one of the things they gave out at that comic book convention. This is a comic book. They make one for themselves. They have writers and artists come together and make one. They even have these things called yearbooks they put out, or annuals. I can't seem to find one. This is the only thing I could find that I have from it. This is from 1992. I started going, let's see, a lot younger than that. I'd say probably 1989 maybe. Back then it started off in this place called the Concourse Center in San Diego. Now it's in this ginormous convention center right on the water in San Diego, and it's beautiful, and it's been there for years now. And it's grown so huge that not only is the convention center, but it's two of the hotels and the San Diego Padres ballpark and the street running in front of the convention center. It's gotten that big. But if you're like, oh man, that's crazy, that's so much. And yes, it is a lot. And it's 5 days, and it's in the summer. And sometimes you can't afford to get into it. It's hard to get into it. You have to like really try to get into it, because they have this whole elaborate thing you have to do online to get into it, get a ticket, and that can take forever. And sometimes people don't get tickets, but that's okay. There are comic book conventions everywhere, all the time. Like seriously, there's probably some coming this weekend. Now, I'm filming this on a Wednesday, and this will be posted on Monday. So this will be posted about 3 days before the comic book convention I'm going to, which is the Emerald City one, which is in Seattle. So the weekend before, there's probably some going on near you. I mean, you can just Google comic book conventions near me, and it'll bring up any and all of them that are coming to you that are near your city. Now, comic book conventions, they've grown. In the beginning, when I was a kid, you'd go there to get comic books. You'd get back issues. You'd get trade paperbacks. Now, these are trade paperbacks. This is a bunch of comic books together in one. Now, you can still do that. And it's a great place to get trade paperbacks and back issues, because they're cheaper. They're much cheaper, because the comic book stores are discounting them because they're trying to get rid of their inventory. And that's a great place to do it. And it's a great place to meet other people who are like you, that like the things you like. That's one of the things I liked about it as a kid, and even as an adult. I have friends that I know that I sometimes only see at comic book conventions, and people dress up. Yes, they dress up. That's a whole nother thing. It's called cosplay. And you know what? I'll probably do another video just about cosplay, because that would take up too much time. So a comic book convention, the ones that I've been to lately, are the ones that are in the Pacific Northwest, because that's the region I live in. And nowadays, you don't just get comic books at them. You can pick up action figures. Yes, this is an action figure of Hawkeye from the Avengers. And then, of course, as you see in some of my other videos, they have these things. They're Funko Pops. See? This is Doctor Strange. And they have those there as well. And they have vendors that are selling old action figures, and also new ones that have just recently come out. Now, that's not the only thing you can do at a comic book convention. No. You're thinking, there's more? Yes, there's always more. There's always lots to do. There's the cosplaying, like you turn a corner, you walk down a hallway, you're in the convention floor. There's people dressed up as any kind of comic book character, any animated TV series, any Japanese animated, anything, TV movie, TVs and movies. They're all out there. They're dressed up. They're everywhere. You can take their pictures, you can meet them, you can talk to them. And speaking of TV, and speaking of movies, and speaking of comic books, you can meet the people who are in them and create them. That's right. A lot of celebrities, a lot of people that are actors and actresses and voice actors, they come to these cons too. And the heyday, it used to not be so big. Like, there weren't so many. Like, and it didn't take forever to see them. Like, you didn't have to wait in too huge lines, but nowadays the lines are big. But you get to meet them. Now, when it comes to meeting the celebrity guests, it's a little different than meeting the creators of the comic books. So I'll tell you the biggest differences. One, the comic book creators, you can approach them at a booth on the convention floor. They're there hanging out. They're signing stuff. They're talking to people. There may be a line. There may not be. They might be selling some of their comic books, but you only have to pay for them to sign something if you buy something from them directly. Now, if you bring a comic book that you love, that they've written or they've drawn or they've penciled or they've colored or they've inked, you can bring that and have them sign it. And they love to sign stuff because they also love to meet the people that are reading their stuff and buying it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Now there's a celebrity guest. Now that's a little different. It's a whole nother ballpark. Those you have to either prepay or pay the day of to get an autograph or to get a picture taken with them. Now, if you pay to get the picture taken with them, you can then take the picture, get it because of digital. This is the digital age. Get the picture and go see them and have them sign it. But that's two things you have to pay for. That's right. You do have to pay for it. So what happens is the people who run the conventions, they find out who they can get to come to the convention that's a celebrity. They have them come on out, come on down. And part of going there is they make some money. The actor and actress can get some extra money to pay for things by coming to the convention and having you pay for them. Now, every actor's prices are a little different. Some range as low as $10 all the way up to $150. It all depends on the actor, all depends on what they were doing, how popular they are, and what's going on with them. So always plan ahead when you're coming to a convention to bring money. That's right. So when it comes to coming to a comic book convention, I already told you to get into a comic book convention, it's always good to find out when the tickets are going to be available, if they have any at the door, if they've sold out beforehand, and then know how much money to bring to budget for when you buy stuff there. Now, you can bring your credit cards or your bank account debit cards, but the best thing to do is bring cash. Cash is king at a comic book convention because you don't have to worry about like having a computer connection to buy something. I've seen so many times, and I've done it myself, where I didn't have enough cash and I didn't know where the ATM machine was, and I give them a card and they're sitting there, the exhibitor's standing there with his hand raised in the air with his phone or his tablet or something, trying to get the internet to work so that he can charge your account. So try your best to bring cash. It's the best way to do things. And sometimes they do things ahead of time, like especially the autographs for the celebrities or the pictures. You can order you can order to go and stand in line for that beforehand. So I think I've talked enough. I think I've answered a lot of stuff that people have asked me or want to know about comic conventions. So just remember, if you hear someone say the Comic-Con, they're talking about the one in San Diego in, I believe it's July. Now, if they're just talking about a comic book convention, they might still say Comic-Con, but they might be talking one that's local. So you can always ask, oh, where's the one you're going to? So you can find out that way. So I hope I've answered some questions for you, and I hope you one day get to come to a comic book convention. I'd love to see you there if I go to one that you go to. And yeah, that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.